My issue with Tyler Perry is not the Black struggle stories. It's him insisting on doing everything by himself.
It is mind-boggling to me how Tyler Perry owns his own studio, plot of land, multiple movie studios on said plot, yet is still cranking out the same type of Black woman suffering ass movie.
I just don't understand why this always has to be the narrative with his movies. And Tyler can do some amazing movies that have nothing to do with Black women struggling, Black women being disrespected.
Tell me the truth. Who was it?
Officer Oliver.
Was there any damage to the car?
Yes, but it looked like he picked... Detective Raymond, what's going on?
He know what the going on. Tell him what you did. Tell him what the you did. He gave her a ticket. He ran off the road. He caused all this I got the proof, Chief. I got it.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and it is your girl, Christy Anna Faith. Obviously, today we will be talking about Straw by Tyler Perry. Straw is about a woman named Janiyah navigating a series of unfortunate events that leads to her having the last straw and going down a path that she did not envision for herself, and she ends up in a pretty sticky, crazy situation. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw like the trailer and the graphic for the film, I was like, oh, this looks pretty good. I was excited to see Taraji P. Henson. I saw everybody on Facebook talking about, oh, you have to watch this movie. It's so deep. It's gonna make you cry. Check on your homegirls. You never know what they're going through. And then my mom called me crying. She was like, oh my gosh, you have to watch the movie. She was like, don't watch this with Poppy, which Poppy is my baby. And I'm like, Ma, first of all, why are you crying? And two, I'm like, Poppy is right here. We're watching the movie together. And y'all, it just did not give that I'm gonna be boo-hooing. Like, what I did not like about this movie was that the scenes felt like they were just super corny. I felt like everything that was happening to Janiyah, especially within like the first 5 minutes of the movie, was just unrealistic. So first, the whole landlord situation, her landlord was cussing her out, telling her, oh, if you don't come back at this time, I'm gonna throw your stuff out on the street. And I'm just like, one, that cannot happen. You gotta take somebody to court. And I feel like Tyler Perry was trying to beat us over the head with the idea that, oh, she's a struggling single mom and she has a horrible landlord. Let's just do it. You know, oh, let them know. Like, we get it. The landlord don't like her. We get it. The landlord want her money right now. It just seemed like a lot. Then we get into her trifling behind boss. And this man was so annoying, y'all. I'm just like, the way he was talking to her and cussing her out over every little thing. Like, I feel like Janiyah could breathe wrong and he was damn near about to cuss her out. And Janiyah just would not talk back. And I think that's what they were trying to portray once again, that, oh, she's this timid mother. She doesn't talk much and people are just running over her. But I'm just like, bro, she's at work. She's coming in. She's doing her job. She was not about to ring somebody up for something that they were trying to purchase with her EBT card, gets cussed out by the customer, and somebody throws a bottle at her, and the manager is basically on the side of the customer that threw the bottle at her, talking about, oh, go and clean it up right now. I've worked a lot of retail jobs. I've never seen that happen, not once. And then we had the whole situation with the teacher calling ACS on her, and that whole interaction that they had about her not washing Janiyah or feeding Janiyah or sending Janiyah to school with lunch money, and the whole lunch money situation. I'm like, first of all, $40 for some lunch? Where is she that the school is charging $40 for some lunch? I'm like, it's 2025. Most places give free lunch, especially if she's in the type of school that is for low income families, which I would assume she is, because it's obvious that she's a single mother and, you know, she has low income. So I just didn't understand that plot line. And then ACS telling her like, oh, the teacher said it looks like she didn't bathe. And I'm just like, nothing about this little girl gave she didn't wash, or like she wasn't being bathed by the mother. Like, she looked like a normal little girl. So I'm just like, where did that even come from? I just feel like Tyler Perry was just throwing in a whole bunch of stuff at us, trying to get us to understand. And I'm like, Tyler Perry, we are not stupid. I feel like there's a way that you could portray these scenes to the audience without beating them over the head with it. Like, we get it. And I'm not gonna go through every single little scene that I did not like. I'm just gonna skip around to a few that just really stuck out to me. Another scene that stuck out to me was the cop that ran her off the road, and then she ends up getting the ticket, and then the white male cop is like, oh, and if I ever see you again, I'm gonna find a legal way to pum your head off. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, can we just please throw in every single stereotype, every single trope that we've ever seen ever, and apply it to this poor Black woman? Like, how much bad luck is she gonna run into? And y'all, this is the first 15 minutes of the movie. I just feel like it was so corny and unrealistic, and that's why I keep saying I don't know how anybody truly 100% can say that they can relate to these specific scenes, these specific things that she was going through, because I'm just like, I totally understand going through stuff. I totally understand, you know, having a bad day, multiple bad days, but I'm like, y'all, this is crazy. Let's get into the meat and the potatoes of the movie, which is when Janiyah ends up pew-pewing a guy that was trying to rob the supermarket that she worked at. She ends up pew-pewing him on accident, but on purpose, she actually pew-pews her manager in the process, because the manager was trying to be like, oh, Janiyah set it up because the guy read her name tag and said her name, da 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 da. The cops get involved, of course. They look at the videotape of everything that's happening, and instantly the cops are just like, wow. One of them, Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor's character is like, wow, she probably was a good person. Her coworker said she was a good person. I think we just need to, like, you know, put out a person of interest alert for her, and then let's just see where things go. And even her partner was like, did you watch the whole video? This ain't no person of interest. She pew-pewed that man. And I'm like, listen, once again, I feel like I have to overstate this, because y'all, Tyler Perry fans, they be going crazy. I'm like, we get it. He's letting us know she had a rough and tough day. Multiple things is happening at once. She snapped. It was the last straw. She didn't mean to do it. But I'm like, in the real world, I feel like if there were two cops that actually saw someone pew-pew somebody on camera the way that she did and walk out with the pew-pew, it would not be a person of interest type of thing. Like, it would be, no, this is a suspect and we're on the manhunt for a murderer. You know what I mean? I just don't think that type of reaction would be given. Even if you feel like that person does deserve empathy, they will probably be like, let's get this person off of the streets. And then she ends up at the bank trying to cash this check, and those scenes in general, like, I feel like there are memes all over Facebook. Tessa was mad freaking annoying. Why you was trying to give that woman more than $521 and all she asked for was $521? I feel like Tyler Perry wanted that part to be comedy, in my opinion, because I'm just like, girl, she in there waving around the pew-pew like, I'm not trying to rob y'all. And Tessa like, just take the money, don't rob us. And then Janiyah's confused about why she think the people thinks that she trying to rob her. And then you got on top of that, the manager is going around telling everybody, including the police and eventually, you know, the FBI, that Janiyah got a bomb. So I'm just like, what is happening? I feel like the bank scene was so long. They did say it was 12 hours she was in there. So, okay, sure. But it definitely felt like 12 hours watching it. I'm just like, oh my gosh, just definitely could have been cut down. There were some scenes within the bank scene that I liked. I like that the grandma was trying to humble Tessa, because I get that Tessa was mad. She like, y'all showing this lady so much empathy, and she in here holding the hostages, you know, hostage. Like, she crazy. Tessa was not having it. She did not care. And grandma was trying to let her know, you know, you need to have some empathy for some people, because, you know, being poor is expensive. I like that line a lot. I really like that line a lot. But other than that, everything that happened after that, with the cops talking about, okay, we're not gonna go in, they're trying to give her time. The way they were negotiating with her, you would think she was not in there with a pew-pew, a bomb, and actual hostages. You would think she was maybe in there by herself, and she was just like locking herself in there, trespassing. That's how they were treating her. I'm just like, I would hate to be a hostage in that particular situation. That sounds crazy. That would probably be my last straw. Because when Tiana Taylor hit the cop that pulled over Janiyah, that said he was gonna, you know, blow her head off legally, I felt like that was so unrealistic, because I'm just like, that does not happen. I don't know, maybe it does, but it just felt corny. Like, we get it. Tiana Taylor wants to stand up for her. we totally get it. I just feel like it could have been done differently, and I think that's the whole purpose of this video. I'm not saying that the idea of the movie, like the plot of the movie, was terrible. I just think how it was executed was very, very poor. And even up until the last part where we get the whole big reveal that the daughter was actually dead the whole entire time, Janiyah was hallucinating, I was just like, it was just underwhelming to me, because everything that happened before that, it was just so corny and unrealistic. I'm just like, oh, okay. Not saying like her hallucinating could be unrealistic, but it just felt like meh. And of course, she ends up surrendering herself, and of course she gets taken into police custody, and we can assume that she goes to jail. And I left out a lot of stuff, so if you do actually want to go watch this movie, there's some other things that happen in the movie that I did not talk about, so you know, I haven't ruined your whole movie experience if you did care to go and watch it. But what I will say is that Tyler Perry is very creative. I think he has good ideas when it comes to his movies. I think he just drops the ball when it comes to executing the movies, because he doesn't allow other people in the room. He constantly brags about how he writes movie scripts in 2 days and 4 days, all by himself. And I'm just like, that's not the flex that he thinks it is. And I think when he gets critiques, and I'm talking about critiques that aren't disrespectful, that's attacking his character, he takes it as like, oh, you're just a black woman that just doesn't understand. I think one time he called us highbrow Negroes, and I was just like, huh?
That out, because if you let somebody talk you out of a place that God has put you in, you are going to find yourself in hell. I know for a fact that what I'm doing is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, because for everyone who is a critic, I have thousands of used to be emails from people saying, this changed my life. Oh my God, you know me. Oh my God, you saw me. How did you know this about my life, my family? So that is what is important to me. We're talking a large portion of my fans who are disenfranchised, who cannot get in the Volvo and go to therapy on the weekend. So you've got this highbrow Negro who is all up in the air with his nose up looking at everything. And then you got people like where I come from and me who are grinders, who really know what it's like, whose mothers and were caregivers for white kids and were maids and housekeepers and all of these beauticians. That don't discount these people and say that their story don't matter. Who are you to be able to say which black story is important or should be told? Get out of here with that bullshit.
And to that, I will say, just because somebody doesn't like your films, it doesn't make them a highbrow Negro. It doesn't make them uppity. It doesn't mean that they don't understand the struggle. Someone can understand the struggle. Someone can see their aunties or their mom going through something horrific or traumatic and still not like your movies. It's really that simple. And to me, it's just like, okay, so just because they're going through those type of things, does that mean that they don't understand what a good movie is? Because I see a lot of people that comment on how his films are, and some of them are fans. So I'm just like, bro, are you trying to imply that everybody that critiques your movies, they're just not your fans? It's just like, I don't know, it's like talking in circles with this man. He will just, honestly, in my opinion, he won't do better, because at the end of the day, he will sell. He's gonna sell because he has that core fan base that will be there no matter what, and then he has people that are still going to give him a chance and watch him and still make him go number one, I guess, whatever. I don't think Tyler Perry makes bad movies every single time. There's a few Tyler Perry movies that I love that I will put up on the screen. Granted, they're like more of his older films, so that's why I'm just like, I feel like it's there. I just think that he needs to let other people in the room. I feel like the writing could have been better. I feel like the costumes could have been better. There were some actors that just looked plain scary to me, and I'm like, I get it was a thriller movie, but they did not have to look that scary, in my opinion. I'm not gonna say who I'm talking about, because I'm not trying to be mean in this video. I just feel like there has to be more done, and he clearly has the money to do it. So I'm not understanding why he's choosing not to do it. And I hear some people saying like, oh, well, people don't critique white movies that way. And you know, I don't entertain conversations like that, because once again, I just feel like some people think that black people can't have an opinion about anything. And if your opinion goes against a black person, you're just like, you hate black people. Yeah. All I can say is that if you're black and you don't like Tyler Perry movies, that's okay. You're still black. You still have your black card. I am not taking it. But from what I'm seeing, it's giving same story, same look, maybe just different actors and a different title of a movie. That's it. So comment down below your thoughts on the movie Straw. And remember to keep it respectful. We are not here to drag Tyler Perry. Let's just strictly keep it about his work, because once again, that's what we're talking about. And if you made it this far, comment down below some other things that you would like me to do commentary videos on, because I would love to make videos that you would love to click and you would love to watch. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications. And yes, I will see you in my next video. Bye, y'all.